Boss chiseled me out of $100, so I left him hanging on a critical project and gave him his own words back. I work as a contractor, mostly short-term project gigs. A while back, I was assigned to a county facility out in the middle of nowhere, seriously remote, the kind of place where a good breakfast burrito is 45 minutes away, and the office printer is a sacred relic. The project was expected to run a week, and before I even showed up, I knew I'd need a lot of printed materials to get the job done. So I worked out a deal with the county facility staff. I offered to personally bring in 2 rounds of breakfast tacos for the team, no strings attached, if they'd let me have unlimited access to the copy machine for the duration of the job. A dozen people, a couple hundred pages a day, fair deal. It would have cost them hundreds out of their supply budget, and I'd only spend a little over $100 total. I called the project lead, aka my boss at the time, and explained the arrangement. He gave me a thumbs up over the phone. I did what I said I would, brought tacos, kept the team fed and happy, made my copies, got the job done ahead of schedule. When the billing cycle came around, I submitted my receipts for reimbursement like always, itemized, with credit card proof, well documented. The total was just over $100 for 2 mornings of breakfast tacos. I honestly didn't expect it to even be a discussion, but when I followed up on the invoice, I was told the taco expense had been declined. No warning, no heads up, just a flat no. I called the boss to clarify, since we had verbally agreed. He didn't deny the conversation. What he said instead, you should have gotten it in writing. I could have let it go. It was only $100, but it was the principle. I'd gone out of my way, I'd done him and the county a favor, and he pulled the rug out because he thought it didn't matter. The smug tone in his voice told me he'd done this before. That sentence stuck in my head. You should have gotten it in writing. I wrapped up the project like a professional, didn't make a fuss, and moved on. A week later, I was already working with a new client who actually respected the work I did and paid me on time. Fast forward a couple months. My phone buzzes. It's the taco chiseling boss again. He's calling to ask if I'm available for an upcoming project. It's big, he says. A new client, high visibility, high expectations, tight deadline. All hands on deck, he tells me. Nights and weekends, no room for error. We go back and forth on rate and scope, and eventually, I agree, verbally. He tells me the official paperwork will go out soon, and I say fine. I'll keep my calendar open for the start date. The final week of the month rolls around. He calls again, cheerful this time. Just confirming, you should see the onboarding docs in your inbox. We're ready to go live next week. I tell him I've seen the email. Then I tell him I'm not taking the project. Silence. Then shouting. He goes ballistic. What do you mean you're not taking the project? You agreed to it weeks ago. We've scheduled around you. We've told the client you're on board. I let him rant for about 20 seconds before calmly dropping his words right back on him. You should have gotten it in writing. It was beautiful. The silence on the other end was golden. Then came the stammering, the backpedaling, the begging. He tried to say we had an understanding, that I was putting the whole project in jeopardy, that he'd clear up the taco money finally if that was what it was really about. I just repeated it again. You should have gotten it in writing. Then I hung up. I later heard through another contractor that he scrambled to find someone to replace me. Last minute onboarding, messy transition, delayed timelines. The new client wasn't thrilled, and the team had to work long hours to keep things on track. The guy's reputation took a hit, especially with how disorganized it all looked. And me? I had a full schedule already. I didn't need him. He thought $100 wasn't worth honoring a deal. Turns out that $100 cost him a lot more than he expected.